When you've exhausted all your efforts, praying, believing, worshiping, yet the doors you long to open remain firmly shut, it's natural to feel discouraged. The silence from above can feel overwhelming, but this apparent delay doesn't signify rejection. What appears to be a standstill is often a period of divine preparation. Rather than punishment, this waiting represents God's careful orchestration of the perfect moment, the right circumstances, and the ideal breakthrough that will align with who you're becoming through this process. Your encounter with this message isn't coincidental. Among all the digital noise and countless options available to you, divine providence has guided you here. This moment represents a heavenly appointment where comfort and encouragement await those carrying heavy burdens. The prophet Habakkuk reminds us that divine revelations have their appointed seasons. Though promises may seem delayed from our perspective, they operate on a perfect celestial timetable that never runs behind schedule. God doesn't misplace His calendar or forget His commitments. Our human tendency is to interpret delays as rejection, especially when prayers seem to disappear into silence. However, this waiting period serves as sacred ground where character development occurs naturally. Waiting can trigger deep-seated fears about being forgotten or left behind, while others seem to advance. Yet what if this pause exists, not because you've been overlooked, but because something deeper and more eternal is being cultivated within you? Some promises are simply too significant to rush. Certain revelations require time to mature properly. A blessing received prematurely might overwhelm rather than strengthen, but when it arrives in its proper season, it provides strength, multiplication, and perfect alignment. True faith isn't characterized by impulsive reactions disguised as spirituality. Authentic faith looks forward to unseen realities and chooses peace over panic, patience over pressure, and trust over rigid timelines. This kind of trust is rare in our instant gratification culture. But the Spirit calls us to a higher standard of living in expectancy without anxiety. Patient waiting doesn't always come naturally. We tend to compare our timelines with others, especially when social media displays others celebrating what we've been praying for. We wonder about our own timing, not from jealousy, but from genuine longing. Yet Romans encourages confident waiting, believing that if God hasn't provided something yet, it's not punishment but protection of His perfect plan. There's quiet strength in confident waiting. It means trusting that God is still working, even when we can't see evidence. It's like setting the table in faith before the meal arrives, speaking blessings over your future as if they've already materialized. This isn't delusion, but devotion to a God who cannot lie. The miracle of confident waiting is its transformative power. It anchors you and draws you closer to God's heart in ways that rushed blessings never could. During waiting seasons, your roots grow deep, your spiritual ears become sensitive to His whispers, and your heart becomes fertile soil for miracles that don't just visit, but dwell permanently. James teaches us that faith testing produces steadfastness, and when steadfastness reaches its full effect, we become perfect and complete, lacking nothing. We often pray for open doors, but perhaps God is more interested in developing open hearts. Maybe the delay isn't because you're behind schedule, but because God is expanding your capacity for what lies ahead. Faith operates like a muscle that grows only through resistance. The pressure you're experiencing today isn't pointless, it's productive. Every disappointment, every not yet, every silent season is shaping you, developing spiritual steadfastness that can't be shaken by life's unexpected challenges. This maturity doesn't come solely from answered prayers, but also from unanswered ones, where you learn to trust God in silence, love Him without conditions, and worship Him even when you don't receive what you requested. Waiting doesn't just reveal your faith, it exposes the cracks in your foundation. And in His mercy, God allows pressure to show you where healing still needs to occur. Ecclesiastes reminds us that God makes everything beautiful in its time. Right now, your life might not appear beautiful. It may seem unfinished, broken, or messy. There may be pieces that don't make sense, events you wouldn't have chosen, wounds that haven't healed, and dreams that feel distant. But God sees the complete canvas, from beginning through breaking to blessing, and He promises beauty in its proper time. Timing is everything in the hands of a God who exists outside temporal constraints. He's not rushing, he's weaving. Every detour, every tear, every moment that felt like loss, none of it is wasted. He's gathering all the fragments and fitting them into a tapestry of grace. You may only see knots and frayed edges now, but beauty is forming on the other side. Some of life's most beautiful things require time to bloom. Don't uproot your faith during seasons of confusion or curse the soil while the seed remains hidden. Trust that God is the master artist who knows what He's creating in you, and it's more breathtaking than anything you could imagine. Isaiah declares something deeply reassuring. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. This verse provides gentle thunder and quiet power that steadies the soul. When God knows the moment is ripe with purpose, He steps in, and what once seemed impossible suddenly becomes inevitable. We often exhaust ourselves trying to fix, force, and make things happen. But Isaiah strips away that stress. It reminds us that creating miracles isn't our responsibility. It's God's, and He's never late. He's orchestrating a perfect unveiling that requires surrender, not striving. The phrase, I, the Lord, will make it happen, declares divine ownership. The promise isn't based on your performance, timeline, or perfection. It's based on His authority. When He says it's time, no person can stop it. No delay can hinder it. No enemy can block it. So, breathe, rest, and let your soul exhale the pressure. When the time is right, you won't need to chase the blessing. It will find you, and you'll recognize God's unmistakable fingerprint all over it. The waiting will make sense, and the timing will be undeniable. Your waiting season isn't wasted. It's woven with divine timing, filled with unseen work, and crowned with an unbreakable promise. Trust Him. He's never late. I see now that waiting isn't punishment. It's protection, preparation, and grace in disguise. Today, I surrender my timeline. I lay down my deadlines, expectations, and anxious attempts to figure everything out. I place every calendar of desire into your hands, filled with overdue prayers, quiet disappointments, and dreams I've dared not speak aloud. You know the end from the beginning. I choose to trust your schedule even when mine feels ignored. Lord, I ask for endurance, not just to get through, but to grow through this season. Teach me to wait well. Let this moment's soil grow something deeper than answers. Character, patience, discernment, and humility. When my faith feels thin, stretch it gently but firmly. When hope fades, breathe it back to life. Your word says the vision awaits an appointed time. So I reject every lie that says I'm being overlooked or punished. I embrace the truth that you, O God, are always on time. Your promises aren't fairy tales. They're eternal truths, and I choose to build my life upon them. Even when I don't see evidence, help me believe that my purpose remains alive, that every breath I take proves you're not finished with me, and that my destiny doesn't expire just because it hasn't arrived yet. Remind me that delay doesn't mean dismissal. Don't just give me relief. Give me transformation. Use the pressure to shape me. Strip away what's not eternal and burn away what's not aligned with your heart. Let me not just wait for the promise, but become the person who can carry it. I ask for humility that doesn't boast, strive, or scramble for recognition. The kind that bows low and says, "Not my will, but yours." Teach me to live in quiet obedience, honoring the still, slow work of your Spirit in me. Let every hidden place become holy. Strengthen my spirit to resist shortcuts. Guard me from the temptation to compromise for faster results. Deliver me from secret sins that quietly sabotage the very blessings I've been praying for. For anyone struggling with addiction, shame, or self-sabotage, bring deliverance right now. Break every chain. If I'm praying for someone else, a child, spouse, or friend, let my faith carry them today. Stand in the gap where their strength is failing. Let your mercy flood their life. You are more than able to do what I cannot. Help me not just seek your answers, but seek your presence. Let me long more for you than for what you can give me. Let me wake up hungry for communion, not just intervention. Let my waiting room become a sanctuary. Right now, I release every frustration and fear. I exhale the pressure to perform and give up the illusion of control. You are God. I am not. Let that truth bring peace to every corner of my soul. Fill this season with your joy. Let it meet me in the mundane, in laundry piles, morning coffee, traffic jams, and quiet tears. Let joy not be a reward for getting through, but a companion as I go. Give me the maturity to carry what's coming. Prepare me not just for the blessing, but for the weight of responsibility it brings. Let success not sabotage my soul. Let me steward the answer well when it arrives.